All right, so welcome to another day of BHR Scrum. We have transited into another week now, and we will begin from where we had left off. A quick reminder I'm going to share with you all, that is the guidelines that we needed to follow, because there are two types of people are here. One who had the past experiences, and those who have no IT experience at all. Considering everyone, let me quickly remind you of the code of honor, that is the bridge between you and the subject track, to get you understand every element coming on your way easy. Uh, I'm going to hit I'm going to share my screen, and the moment it gets visible, kindly let me know if you can see my screen, everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So the very first one, as you know, that Agile is full of ceremonies and that demands you to show up live, be on time, remain punctual, remain highly committed. That's the demand of the Agile. And well, if you don't have such practices and you are not habituated of this, consider this training itself as a project and start following this. The two reasons: once you will start following, you will get prepared, and second, there is a law that says that how you do anything is how you do everything, and once you get placed, you will be habituated of this. The second one, because you chose to learn, relearn, and unlearn, many of you, and that's the reason you became the student, and we want you to be the full stack student, not just the student. It means that you do all the assignments, do self research, and repeat what you learn. Assignments, two types I have already covered in the very day one, that is said and unsaid. In case any one of you for the first time, you can refer back to that. The third one, on this journey, if you do so and complete what you start, you automatically hit the success. It's quite easy to take the full responsibility of that. Kindly take uh, the responsibility of that is success. And in case you don't do what is expected, you may hit failure. Kindly do take the responsibility of that as well. Once you do take that, then only you may go back and correct it, and you will realize that failure was not a failure, that became the trail to the success. So you are requested to take the full responsibility of both the elements, be it success or the failure. And the fourth one, in this journey, you require to have the concrete mindset. The very first one is inspired from the Kaizen's framework, the lean management system, that says that, in fact, lean management systems, Kaizen framework, that says and talks about continuous improvement. And for that, you need to inculcate yourself with the learning mind. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself going more positive minded. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing complaint free, in a way that you may handle any project in a way, even in a stringent timeline, on or in lack of the resources as well. More complaint free you will grow, you'll find yourself uh, getting loaded in gratitude that leads to the productivity. How, I'll tell you shortly. The fifth one, to do so, you must start your day with the increased level of receptivity. For the very reason, I have one audio track that is the recommendation, not the mandate. You need to participate in, that is called as 30 days challenge. You may DM me if you want to enroll yourself for this complimentary audio track, that is the 30 days challenge. Only the thing is that in case you skip even a day, you will have to restart the entire track from the day one itself. So, and that's number one. And the second one is to follow the golden quadrant of learning that comes with the fourth step. First, you declare with the anchor, then get into learning, then draw whatever you have learned after 24 hours using pen and paper in a way that you can show up, you can display this whenever you are in front of any screen in a easy manner, in a way that you can summarize is that as a fourth step. showcasing your drawing and explaining it in a way that even 5 years old can understand. And the summary should not be more than 3 minutes or minimum 90 seconds. So let's get started with the very first step of this framework, that is declaration with the anchor. What we will declare? We will declare the very first statement that you see on the screen, and we will anchor it. Anchor is nothing but is self hi-fi, that what you just heard on your speaker. And what I'll do one, two, three. You need to model it and then read what is selected on your screen. Can you all see the selected statement on the screen, everyone? Is it
Yes.
visible to you? Yeah, so let's
Yes.
do it together, everyone.
Yes.
1, 2, and 3, and repeat. I am a quick learner.
I am a quick
I
learner.
am a quick learner.
What others can do and master,
What
What
others
others
can
can
do
do and
and learn
master,
and master,
I too can do that.
I can do
I
that.
can
I too can
do
do that.
One more time with me. 1, 2, and 3, and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner,
because
Because
I'm an
because
awesome
I am an
learner.
awesome learner,
today's learning is going to be
Today's
today's
learning is
today's
going to
learning
be
is going to be
super duper easy to me.
super easy to me.
Yes, it is going to be. In case you have said so, many of you might have not done the anchoring part. Is mandatorily you need to do if you are doing the first step of declaration with the anchor. Then the impact only you may sense. And in case you could not do that and you felt awkward, remember to follow the sixth code of honor that says that be the giver. So keeping a ego on the path of learning, that makes you more spiritually grounded. On the path of growth, spiritually grounded means your happiness level grows, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that's the demand of the corporate. You are not here just for the learning, but also to make more money. And it is said that what it you want to make more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And for that very reason, in case you are already earning, follow the next step, that is to start doing giving away or do the charity to the causes wherever you believe in, at least from your portion of 5% or 10% of your portion of your earning. In case you are not earning today, can you have at least an intention to do so once you start or once you get placed? Give away 5% or 10. Where you can give away, you can give away to the causes like donating into the orphanage, or feeding hungry children, or into donating into old age home, or another causes like donating to churches, temple, mosque, gurudwara, wherever you believe in. Continue to do so, because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that none of you are just for survival, but for the growth. But just don't give away for the sake of growth, but also to inspire others in your surrounding. And while you do so, continue to appreciate what you do, what others do for you. And even it does not sound like it is coming back to you, continue to do so, because it is the nature's law that says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. So this is the sixth code of honor we are going to abide by together, to follow, to grow. And the days, you remember how we are going to remain connected. Sunday for technical session. Uh, you know. This is 10 p.m. EST. Monday, again, another technical session. We have come together. And Tuesday, you must attend the RRP session that enhances your visibility, credibility, and marketability. Wednesday, you can do the assignment from the learning of the Sunday, although we didn't have any session on Sunday. So sometime it may happen that due to some reason we won't have the class. And Thursday, you must attend or repeat the RRP session. Repetition is necessary, because the whole idea is that your visibility, credibility, and then marketability. Friday, you must do the assignment from the learning of the Monday. Saturday, you can choose to relax or have a breather day, or do the research work, or repeat whatever you have learned, or prepare any question that you want the answer on the next learning day. So this is how we are going to remain connected. Is it clear to everyone that what is the framework and what is the code of honor? Say yes if we are ready to abide by this. Thank you so much for your quick yeses,
Yes.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you. So with this note, let's go ahead with this learning where we had left off. Uh, so let me quickly give you a reminder that we were last time learning with the benefits of Agile. Let help me to understand If we have done with the Agile Manifesto, where 4 values and 12 principles are there, have we gone through that? Yes? No?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? Okay, great. So let me quickly move ahead further. Um, and I'm going to reshare my screen. Yeah. Today we'll be learning more in details, as I said, that related to rules, events, Scrum planning, Scrum sprint, and all these things we are going to learn more in detail. And I'm going to bring the mm, screen in front of you, what we are going to learn. Okay. So now let's understand today about Scrum roles. And when we are talking about Scrum roles, okay, it's not drum roll, it's a Scrum role. So Scrum role, when we are talking about, you can see the 4 roles are mentioned on this slide. Can you all see that? The first role is what? What is it? It is everyone.
Scrum team. Scrum team.
And Scrum team consists of 3 roles. Can you tell what are these? Right to left?
Owner, Scrum Master, Development Team.
Yes, absolutely. And let me quickly tell you the product owner, what it mentions. Can someone read the first text for the product owner, please?
Manage the product backlog, optimizes value of the product.
Yeah. So how many of you already know now what is product backlog? Anyone who knows by now product backlog? Okay. If not, then never mind. Product backlog. A detailed session will be dedicated on product backlog. We are going to uncover very soon. So, product owner's responsibility for now, you understand that he will have already the stack of product backlogs to. Mm, for your understanding, I can tell you what is product backlog. Before I could tell, I would love to hear from you. Can anyone tell what is product backlog as per you?
Large
List of
requirements broken down
prioritize.
into small pieces.
Yeah, large requirements broken down into smaller pieces. Any other thing anyone want to say other than this?
Prioritizing the work,
Could you repeat what you said? Which
prioritizing the list of works.
prioritize list of the work? Yes, that's the second one. Anything else? Okay, so good. Both the answers are correct, and that's what it is. Okay, so product owner's role is that manage those lists, manage those broken down requirement, and that too in prioritized manner, and then optimize the value, because ultimately you are not just giving back the task done to the customer, but you are giving the value to the customer. What you are giving, guys?
Value.
Yeah, and Agile is the value-driven business system. Okay, so value-driven approach is this. Yeah, let's come towards a Scrum Master. Can someone read the text for the Scrum Master for me?
Manages the Scrum process, removes impediments.
Yeah. So what does it mean? It means that Scrum will have the process, and when we are talking about the process, we have gone through. Just
Yeah.
now I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have gone through. Just now I asked you about the value system and principle, right? And so Scrum Master will follow the entire process plus all the ceremonies. So we went ahead one by one. In fact, we will be getting in more detail of all those ceremonies, what is the part of Scrum process. And Scrum Master looks at that these Scrum processes are followed seamlessly, and in case of any problem, any hindrance, or that interrupts the flow of the process, he attempts to remove them, attempts to address them. Okay, so this is the role of Scrum Master in a nutshell. We will go more deeper very soon in each one's role. And development team. So what is mentioned over here for development team? Can someone read for me?
Manages itself, creates done increments.
Yeah. So development team means this team does not require any bosses. Okay. It means that it manage itself. Okay. They are so much self-sufficient. They will drive the entire flow or entire communication and entire structure by themselves. Their role will be to create the done increments. Done increments mean whatever in there in the product backlog, once it is optimized and once it is picked up in a what we call picked up for in a prioritized manner and given to development team, they will make sure that they will move those tasks into done for the next increment for the next release, I mean to say. Okay, with me so far? Yes.
Yes.
Let's go into detail of this. Thank you so much for your quick confirmation. Yeah, Jolly, you have some question. Go ahead.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hi.
Gaurav, I have a question regarding we follow the product owner. Then there is a requirement and there is Scrum Master and the task, right? So who decides that what task needs to be done and to whom it will be assigned? Like, for example, if there is a task which needs to be done by a data architect, there needs to be done by a developer, it
Uh-huh.
needs to be done by someone. So who assign those
Okay, great.
work?
So I want you to hold this question till we
Okay,
start talking about cross-functional team and
okay,
self-organizing team. Yeah.
okay.
So till what date you will just hold this? When we will learn about cross-functional, and there is one more word what I said. What is that? Cross-functional and which team? Did you hear? Exactly, you are right. So cross-functional and Jolly, can you repeat what is the word?
Cross-functional.
And
And I couldn't hear it self something.
Self-organizing. Self-organizing team.
Self-organizing. Yeah.
yeah, self-organizing. That's right.
Okay.
So wait till we talk about cross-functional
Okay.
and self-organizing team.
Okay.
And are you getting some idea with the word self-organizing? What it may sound to you?
It's more like when I mean self-organizing itself, it's saying that we organize it ourselves. So maybe
Okay. So
yeah.
with this, are you getting any hint who assigns to whom?
Who assigns? It's the
Who
Scrum
assigns?
Master.
Okay. And what we are discussing right now, just now with your question, I asked you to repeat some word. You said self-organizing. If you uh, keep this word with you,
Mhm.
what is the word? Can you all one more repeat once more? You can repeat for me. One more time, could you repeat this word for me?
The cross-functional and self-organizing.
Self-organizing. Please hold this word.
Self-organizing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
self-organizing. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to just spend some few more minutes with you
Okay.
answering your question. We are going to answer you more in detail, but just for to give you hint, the word you are holding is what? Self.
Self-organizing.
And what it may sound to you? What it may sound to you, Jolly? What?
That you organize it. You organize everything.
Okay, so you as in who?
As a Scrum Master.
No, I'm not talking
No.
about Scrum Master. I'm talking about what is the word? Two words are what?
Self-organizer.
Self-organizing. And after that, what is the suffix? Did I say self-organizing Scrum Master or self-organizing something else?
Development team.
Team.
No, I'm asking Jolly. So
No,
you
I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't
okay.
answer.
So I will repeat that. So it's a
Okay.
cross-functional and self-organizing team. So could you one more time repeat for me the last three words? what I said.
Okay, self-organizing team.
Self-organizing team. And now
Yeah.
I'm asking you this question. What do you get from self-organizing team? Any hint, any idea when it talks about itself?
Maybe the team is managing everything
Who is
themselves.
managing?
The
Who is
team.
the team? And if this is what you are telling, and one more time I am asking that now, what do you think? Who assigns the task to whom? Considering your last statement, what you said, team organizes, you said just now. Then who might assign the task to whom? Let's follow the flow and think in the
So
flow.
the team itself, they are just doing it themselves, right? So it's just
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah,
there
there.
you go. That's the answer, Jolly. So
Okay.
yes, you are bang on. You are right. So what we will
Okay.
do, we will explore and uncover what you answered just now more in detail in coming few days. But till now, you can hold this statement or this
Okay.
answer for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Jolly, for participating and answering. Let's go ahead further. And great participation, by the way. I really liked it. Thank you. So let's move further and uncover these roles more in detail. I want 4 different people to read the right box over here, one by one for me under product owner. So go ahead, please.
Product owner conveys the vision of the stakeholders to the team.
The second
Can
one, new
alter the
person.
scope. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, new person, please repeat it.
Can alter the scope.
Yeah, the third person.
Responsible for the return on investment. That is why they occupy an authoritative position in the firm.
That's right. And the last one.
Not only with the team, but also communicates with the stakeholders about progress and problems.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So by now, for product owner, we have understood this thing that product owner will have the vision, but he will be buying from stakeholder. Buying as in he will be aligning himself, or she will be aligning himself or herself with the stakeholders' vision to the team. When we are talking about stakeholders, so as of now, you need to understand that the one whose highest stake is there with the organization, with the development team, or with the developing organization. Okay, with the so this developing organization become the vendor for the client. So okay, so this becomes the means stakeholder, and to these stakeholder conveys their vision to product owner first, and exactly the same vision has to be translated to the team. And when the vision has come, with this vision, the requirement has to be aligned. When we are talking about can product owner can alter the scope, so when the things will be communicated initially till the product owner, he can decide what can be done, what cannot be done in a nutshell, in a summarized way. Okay, so he can take a stand that what exactly his or her team can do. And when we are talking about he is not only just responsible to create a software, but also he is responsible to for the return on investment. It means that what customer is seeking, their expectation will be fulfilled. And um, product owner knows that because he has been translated, he has been talked about the vision, and the entire team is aligned together, then he will make sure that with vision all the work will be aligned. Why? Because that will be ultimately adding value. What it will be adding, everyone?
Value.
Value. So always remember, when you are in the organization, you are not just to add the work, but also to add what, everyone? Just now you said?
Value.
Value. Yeah, thank you. And I'll keep on asking you question, and is that all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to continue to ask question. Thank you. So, and the another part is that as team, and in fact, I asked some question to few of you without asking you that may I ask or not. But this is how generally I go ahead so that we continue to interact and learn together in this way. So when it comes to product owner, and he is the mediator between stakeholder as well as the team. And he is responsible to talk about all the progress that is happening at the team's end and translate those progress to the customer. With me so far, everyone, about the product owner.
Yes.
Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Now let's uncover Scrum Master quick role. So I want again 3 different people. If you have not read, please go ahead one by one reading this bullet point. One person, one bullet point. Please go ahead.
Removes
Yeah.
all impediment and hindrance to achieve goals.
Okay. Second person.
Enforce to organize Scrum, ceremonies, and process.
And the third.
To commit to goals and deadlines on behalf of the team.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for reading this out. So understand this is the Scrum Master. Scrum Master is a role, is a very responsible role who takes the entire responsibility on behalf of the team. And while it is taking the entire responsibility on behalf of the team, he or she also makes sure that goals and deadlines are quite visible and it is aligned with the roadmap that might have been developed by the product owner initially. And while the entire team is working to implement, he will make sure none of the team member is getting any issue during the progress. The whole idea of the Scrum process is the progress. What is the whole idea?
Process.
Yeah.
Progress.
Progress is the word. So when Scrum Master knows that the whole idea is progress, then progress has to be continued. The entire show must continue. It means that anything which is causing the hindrance must be removed. And for that, he should be notified on daily basis that what is going on. Is there any potential blockages? Is there any potential um, you know, uh, hurdle that team is facing, and he will be responsible and he will be on top of the team's progress. And for that, Scrum Master will be taking a note of everyone's progress. When he takes or she takes that progress note, we will get to know very shortly in coming few slides. But for now, you need to understand, when Scrum Master is taking care of these all things, it also says that enforces to organize Scrum ceremonies and processes. Ceremonies means sort of meetings. By now, you know, right? Do you all agree? Ceremonies means meeting. By now, we have understood.
Yes.
Yes. So, as you read here, that is responsible to organize this ceremonies, and ceremonies means meeting. What do you understand when we say that uh, he or she will be responsible to organize all those ceremonies or meetings? What comes in your mind? How he or she might help in, not help means can organize directly. So when I'm talking about organizing means what? What comes in your mind?
Basically, set up the meetings, ensure that everyone gets the invite, they come for the meeting.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They come for the meeting, everyone gets the invite, and ensure that it happens on time and it finishes on time. What else? Someone else can try.
Is it 15-minute every day meeting, the sprint meeting?
Yeah, so if everyday meeting is 15 minutes, that's one. And likewise, all other ceremonies will start on time, finish on time, and all other ceremonies will have likewise dedicated time, not for 15 minutes. So we will also see that for which ceremony, which meeting, which how much time is needed. Okay, we'll get to see. What else do you think that Scrum Master can do when it comes to organizing the meeting?
They
What all
facilitate.
Okay, he or she will facilitate the meeting. What else, Meka?
Prioritize the task.
No, task prioritization as of now, when we are talking about product backlog task prioritization, that will be with product owner. But I'm talking about Scrum Master organizing all the Scrum ceremonies. Ceremonies means meetings. So what do you think that meetings might require, and that now you think in this way, Scrum, any meeting, what all things a meeting might require, and then tell me that, yeah, Scrum Master, or ask me, does Scrum Master
Basically,
this?
basically
goes
have an agenda. Make sure that the whatever is on
Mm.
agenda is what is covered in the meeting. We don't start losing direction. And then
Brilliant.
after the meeting is done, have a little some notes about it and just send it to the people or the person responsible for what task and stuff to ensure
Yeah.
that
Yes.
yeah.
So what you said is the part of the during as well as the post meeting. What else for the
Provide all the
organizing?
supplies for the meeting.
Could you repeat that, Aarti?
Provide all the supplies for the meeting, like sticky notes, markers.
And do you think that what Aarti said can be right as well? Yeah.
Yes, if it's an
Yes.
in-person meeting, then it has to ensure that the
Yes.
meeting goes properly, flows properly, so ensures that all the
Yeah.
things needed for it are
Sticky
there.
notes, yeah,
Yes.
markers and all. Even the web conferencing room is well arranged. Even the sitting purpose, uh, uh chairs and the tidy desktop is available, or say that boardroom is available, well equipped with all other gadgets or the instrument, and the connectivity is strong and all. Every single thing that you can think to run this meeting smoothly is required. That will be uh, arranged by the Scrum Master. Means he will take the responsibility of all those things. Why? Because if that may not work, anything that may miss, or that may lose the track, or that may delay the meeting, it means those are becoming the hindrance. What they are becoming?
Hindrance.
Hindrance. And his key role is to remove all the impediments and what? Hindrance. Yes.
Hindrance.
So if anything which is not adding value into the continuity, it means that becomes the hindrance, and Scrum Masters the key responsibility to remove those hindrances. It means that those which is making the hindrance, if not available, making them available will be the responsibility of the Scrum Master. So this is how you can go more deeper to know about what will or can be the role of the Scrum Master in detailed manner. With me so far, everyone? Yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So let's move and talk about Scrum team now. Now, Scrum team inside, I will go back when we are talking about Scrum team. The Scrum team is generally as a whole, but yeah, I think it is not Scrum team, it is the development team. When we are talking about development team, let's go back over here. So Scrum team will consist of product owner, Scrum Master, and development team. And this development team will consist of few more members. And can someone try to guess what, when we are talking about development team, what all the members will be there, the part of the development team?
Coders, programmers,
testing
Yes.
team, quality
Yeah.
team.
Yes.
Developers.
Architectures.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You know it already. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, you are right. SBA, DEs, QAs, and TAs, everyone. Okay. So technical architect, quality analyst, business analyst, developer, system analyst, everyone who is involved towards the progress of the project will be the part of this team. So let's understand about these five things. These five things more in detail. These are the 5 bullet points, and I want you, 5 different people, if you have not read yet, please pick one bullet point one by one, and at uh and read it. Yeah, go ahead.
Does
Scrum
all
team.
that team, go ahead.
No, that's okay. Sachin, you go.
Okay. Does all that lead them towards their sprint goal?
Yeah, you take the second one.
Work with the Scrum Master to prioritize the items from the product backlog in the sprint planning.
Okay, the next one, next person.
Not Scrum Master organizes them, it is self-organized.
Great. Yeah. The next one after this.
Need to attend every stand-up and other ceremonies.
Yeah. Okay. And the last one?
They have to participate in all the meetings despite their nature and have to ensure that all the findings of the meetings are getting practically addressed in the project.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. Now, let me help you to explain everything one by one in detail. So, in fact, this is more towards dedicated to the dev team. Okay, so it is not Scrum team. Team will follow the dev team, product owner, and Scrum master. So, I will mention here dev team. That's the development team. So, it says the first one. It's Dave team and who will be responsible towards leading every single task towards the sprint goal. And what is sprint goal? We need to understand when we are talking about sprint goal. By now, you know what is the meaning of sprint, everyone? What is sprint?
Time frame.
Time frame. Yes, you are right. It's a time frame, it's a time duration. So, and there will be multiple time frame when we are talking about the delivery of the software. So if time frame is shorter, and by now you know that when we are talking about Scrum and Agile, it means this incremental certain process we will repeat. When we are repeating certain process, it means that we are um, giving some feature or task done to the customer one, and then again we will give more uh, more features and tasks done to the customer. So until they continue to get done, we will continue to make it happen in every single iteration or in every single cycle. It means how many releases or how many delivery we do in by following agile methodology, how many releases we or how many development, or say how many releases we will make it happen for the client, how many times we will deliver the software. We will continue to graduate the software. Means initially, if a product backlog having the 20 backlog item, when we are talking about backlog, 20 backlog item is uh, broken down, large requirement broken down into 20 pieces. Okay, 20 small chunks, soft modules or functionalities. And initially we are sending four features to the client in one sprint, then again in the next sprint the four, and again in another sprint another four items, and again another four items in another sprint. It means how many delivery we are doing? One, multiple. Yes, that's what you are trying to say, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, you are right. So, when we are talking about multiple delivery, it means that in this multiple deliveries, we are trying to achieve in every delivery some sort of goals. And these multiple deliveries are the time frame. These in certain time frame it has been done. Okay, and it means that in one attempt, in one delivery, in one sprint, there are certain goals that you had put already before delivering that you targeted to achieve that, to which we will call it as sprint goal. What we will call it as, everyone?
Sprint goal.
Sprint goal. Brilliant.
Sprint goal.
Yes. So it means that it's a development team who will start leading them. Okay. So it is entire development team who will lead them. And with the Scrum Master, this entire team will start working so that whatever was the priority, whatever was the prioritized item into the product backlog will discussed into the sprint planning meeting. Is the very first meeting in the sprint when you start following the sprint. Okay, so very first meeting is which meeting, everyone?
Sprint planning.
Sprint planning.
Yes, and in this sprint planning meeting the goal is decided, and that goal is called as what?
Sprint goal.
Sprint goal. So you are clear by now what is sprint planning and sprint goal? We will
Yeah.
go more deeper
Yeah.
as we go further. Okay, cool. Thank you. And in this, with the Scrum Master, we are working and prioritizing and finishing, start working on the prioritized item that has been decided in the product backlog by the product owner. Okay. And it's not the Scrum Master who organizes. Not Scrum Master organizes them. It is self-organized. So when now coming back to Jolly's question, it was Jolly who had asked me earlier, no, that who assigned the task to them, right?
Mm.
Jolly,
Yeah.
it was you only. Yeah. So when she said that, okay, who assigns them? Now it is very much clear, not Scrum Master organizes. Okay. So it is not Scrum Master who will assign. So what exactly happens in this meeting? This is the sprint planning meeting because it is the self-organized team. So as we follow the Scrum values, it is on volunteer basis, on volunteer basis, as a team member says that I am going to pick this item because I'm good with this. Okay. It may happen sometime, clashes may happen, two team members says that, okay, I'll be working on it. So as a product owner, there you can address that. Okay, so let him take or her take this module, you take the another one. So this is how the assignment of the work is happening. Are you getting in more detail, Jolly? Just connecting back to your question again and detailing it. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Not a problem. If kind of, we will go more in detail soon. So now the sprint planning is there. In sprint planning meeting, what exactly happens means we are discussing all the requirements one by one, and it's when it comes to planning and estimation is also done, that who which module or which work will take how long. Everyone will participate. DA will give their own estimate. DA will give their own estimate. TA will give their own estimate, and after getting everyone's estimate for their work, product owner may put or may take the average of it. And when they understand average, that will be the finalized estimation from one team member for that particular functionality. When we are talking about the functionality, you understand what do we mean by the functionality, everyone? Yeah.
Yes.
And anyone here who does not understand by the functionality? So when we are I'll just quickly try to
Can you
uh,
explain?
yeah, definitely. So I'm going to say, for example, let's understand about the banking as a large software requirement. Okay, one new bank trying to launch herself into the market, and that comes to you or the software company and say that, okay, so we want to launch the entire banking system. So here banking is the system. So banking system consists of the multiple functionality. When we are talking about multiple functionality, you can say that one could be the fund transfer, that we can consider as one functionality. You can say that cash withdrawal, cash deposit, these are another two different functionality. We can say that balance inquiry, that could be the another functionality. And likewise, there are multiple functionality. So are you getting what do we mean by the functionality? One small function that gets operated. So that is called as the functionality. Yes, you got the idea?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, coming back to this point, that not Scrum Master organizing them itself, it is self-organized. And one functionality, say for example, development team, I ask, okay, who can develop this functionality of balance inquiry? From the development team, one coder says that, okay, I will take the responsibility of coding it. Okay, and okay, so it will get assigned to that person. Okay, and not necessarily that I'll do ask to another person. It is self-organized because there is all the experts are chosen into this. Okay, and who chose to that expert? Do you have any idea who will bring those many experts on the table? Make sure that highly expert, highly motivated team member become the part of this self-organizing team. Who brings such experts into the team? Any idea?
BA?
Scrum
Okay,
Master.
okay. And any another answer for this?
Maybe it's a combined effort of product owner because he knows exactly what he wants and which all people can do it with
Yeah.
the Scrum Master.
Yes, Shruti, you're right. So as Scrum as a product owner who will take the responsibility of forming the team, okay, and he makes sure he decides who all become the yeah, he will make sure who will become the part of this team. Okay, so he decides that, and as development team, so development team will not consist of product owner. So as development team, who need to attain the daily stand up and all the other ceremonies. So development team is must to attain those, and so despite their nature and have to ensure all the findings of the meetings are getting practically addressed in the project. So it's a development team who will be attending all the meetings and will participate into that. Okay, with me so far, any questions so far, guys?
No,
Any
thank
question? No, you are good, understood so far. A
you.
product owner. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Cool, let's move further. And thank you,
Hey,
Jolly, for
Gaurav.
your chat.
Hi. Let me know when you want to take a break. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just wanted to call your name, requesting if you can take the stakeholder.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, guys, till now we have been understanding the different types of, I would say, teams involved, or what is the role, or what is the responsibility of each individual along with the team. So, let us learn more about stakeholders. Okay. I would request, different people who have not been active or have not on the screen, please. Yeah. It will be really great if we can, every different person can read one point, so we can cover almost everyone. Go ahead, please.
Stakeholders. The
Stakeholders.
stakeholder has to keep a healthy relationship with the product owner in order to share every detail regarding his project.
Okay, next. Keep going. Different person, keep going. Second point.
The stakeholder is responsible for conveying his wishes and concerns to the product owner, or else the product owner would not be responsible for his project quality and time duration.
The stakeholder has to provide regular input to queries from the product owner.
Prioritizing the work effectively with the product owner is another job that the stakeholder has to do to ensure his project development.
Keep taking updates or keep giving updates regarding any change in the play.
Thank you so much for reading out. First of all, is there anyone who doesn't understand what a stakeholder is? Yeah. Please feel free to say yes.
Can you elaborate? Yeah, please.
Yes. Okay. So a very simple definition or understanding is a stakeholder is a person or entity or organization that has a stake. That means that has an interest in your project. Okay. When I say interest, that simply means if your project does well, it gains profits. It's kind of going good. It's on track. The stakeholders are also positively happy. Whereas if your project is not making profits, is making losses, or things are not on track, there are escalations. Sorry. Then definitely the stakeholders are also getting affected. So who can be the stakeholder? So basic stakeholders that we all know, that is your team members, senior management, your organization, your company, and your client for whom you're working on a project. Additional stakeholders are, third-party resources which you have taken from other companies, or any other companies from where you have taken some software or hardware, they are like your provider, service provider, or software or hardware provider, or any charitable institute that you kind of donate to for any cause. So your profits or your success is directly depending on their success as well. So yeah, and along with that, the last but not the least, industry that you cater in. Like, if we are working in IT industry, then IT industry is also our stakeholder. Like, see, if a company does well, it grows, ultimately overall it kind of, positively helps the industry. If a company shuts down, people are removed and they don't have the jobs, and the company, so all that in a way negative pattern falls on the overall industry also. So always remember, anyone and everyone who has an interest or stake in your project is a stakeholder. Okay. So now coming to this point. Okay. So they basically have to keep a healthy relationship with the product owner in order to share every detail. So see, a product owner is like one of the important person in your project. Okay. They are also the mediator between your senior management or your senior management or higher people in your organization, and he also connects with Scrum Master and the development team. So to be very honest, from an outside point of view, he or she is the right person to connect with. So basically, you have to have good relationship between with him or her to ensure that you get all the updates about the project. Also, stakeholders are supposed to and are responsible to share what are their concerns or what are their wishes. Wishes means what are they expecting from this project, and concern means if they want to, if they are feeling that okay, this project is not going as per timeline, or if the features are not as per what they expected it to be turned out to be, or anything, it can be any kind of concern, or if a particular client that you're working with, that stakeholder might have some observations about. So such kind of things, for anything and everything, stakeholders can and should raise their voices. And second point is, or is the product owner okay. So unless they share all these details with the product owner cannot know about these things. And then in future, if there is any adverse effect or if there is any consequences, product owner is not the person who should be responsible. He can always say that okay, if you were aware of some, like for example, what happens sometimes, there are clients who are like defaulters, who takes the services but they don't make payments. Okay. So if any of the stakeholders, like per se, maybe your senior management were aware of that and they did not communicate that to the product owner, then it's a fault on their side, that you knew that this client is not proper or they do not make payments, still you allowed, or you did not communicate these details, these important updates, I would say. So imagine every positive or even at times negative or feedback that has to come to product owner from stakeholders. Okay. Next point is, yes. So whatever queries also the stakeholder gets, that he or she has to answer. Like, somebody might ask, what are the timelines? When are we going to complete? I'm sorry, there's something with my throat. So, when are we going to complete the project? What is the update? Or what are the timelines look like? What is the overall budget? So any questions, what are the technology that we are using that can come across, product owner has to answer them, and they even provide proper feedback to their inquiries. And product owner is also responsible for prioritizing the work. Now this questions is generally asked, like who provides the priority, or who defines the priority. So always remember, it's the client who shares the priority or who gives the priority. So as per that priority, our product owner manages the product backlog. So for example, like imagine if we were working on a banking website, like, we all work on online banking website. And in the first phase, the requirement was to log in and to, check balance and, check transactions, and that's it. I mean, that was that sprint work. But then the customer comes and says, you know what, instead of this, we want to have login and then, money transfer to different banks and, fund transfer to different banks. So this functionality has to be updated. So see, the priority of the work has changed. Earlier it was, creating transaction pages or, showing your profile. But now it is like showing the other transactions or showing the, other feature as per the client requirement. So who changed the requirement? Client, right? Everybody with me on this? Yes? Hello?
Yes.
In this scenario, client has given us the priority, but and as per that priority, the product owner changes the order or reorders the product backlog. So whatever is of highest priority, that always be at the top, and whatever is of the lowest priority always goes at the bottom. Always remember this. The last point is keep updates, keep taking updates or keep giving updates regarding any change in the plans. Yeah. So see, imagine if there are, let's say, many a times in practical world, what happens is, client comes up and say, okay, we also want to have this kind of additional development, or we want to add these things in our scope. We want to add this functionality, which can be out of scope. Out of scope means which can be something completely different that was not already mentioned in the BRD or FRD earlier, or, nobody discussed about it, but now customer is asking for it. Trust me, it happens a lot, than it is mentioned in the book. It's like a regular. I have personally faced so many situations where people, uh, uh, I mean, are not update, or, client comes up with different demands and we have to cater to them. So all these updates, all these demands or all these changes, product owner should communicate with everyone, because everybody should know. Because see, if we change the scope, if there is additional work, then it will definitely result in additional timeline. Not only additional timeline, additional money also. The customer has to pay the additional sum or additional charges for the new features. Yeah. Any doubts about stakeholders? Yes, no,
All good.
yes.
Yes, Prerna, I had a question.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So the product owner has to be someone who has an IT background?
To be very honest, no. Product owner, see, you can follow or you can implement Scrum in any of the industry. It can be textile industry, it can be manufacturing industry, it can be food industry, it can be any industry. So it doesn't matter that your product owner has to have an IT background. If it's an IT project and if he has an IT background, then it's a win-win. It's like, cherry on the cake. But then in most of the cases, it is not a mandatory skill. Yes.
Okay, so so Scrum is not only limited to just IT softwares development and stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. No, Scrum is a methodology. So we are using in IT industry. Others can also use very well use it in the other industry.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah. If you don't have questions, Gaurav, can we go to next slide, please?
Prerna, can I ask you a question?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
So when we talk about the stakeholders, we get the product owner gets the requirement from the stakeholder, right? And then
No,
it's
no. Stakeholders, as in product owner gets the requirement from client. See, first of all, product owner doesn't get the requirement from client. Client will have sufficient meetings with almost important people. Like, see, it's a process. It's not a one day event. So when there is a kickoff meeting, mostly product owner, scrum master, your senior BAs and architect, everybody will come together and discuss about the project. And then even in that meeting and along with subsequent meeting, mostly with a BA, business or business analyst, the customer shares the requirement. So there is no direct involvement always, but yes, whatever requirement comes from the customer, that is run through with Scrum Master and product owner to ensure that it is within scope and it is within our budget and won't affect the timeline. So product owner is not the person who is sit and jot down the requirements. It's always the BA, but then he or she is always very well aware of what are the requirements are. Yeah, does that make sense?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, my request to all of you is please take a picture of this. Please take a picture of this image. It's a very important and very brief mentioned pointer image wherein you have all the concepts written, and it can be like a quick revision before you go for an interview or before you want to recollect something. So can different people read out what is written on the above the images and the text from left to right manner? Like I'll just give you a start. So you can write, you can read release planning and product backlog and then go to the right. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sprint planning, sprint backlog.
Next person.
Daily Scrum, 1 to 4 weeks.
Sprint
review.
Go ahead.
Potentially shippable product increment, sprint retrospective.
I think your voice cracked last one.
Sprint retrospective.
Next.
Potentially shippable product increment.
Yes. Give me a second. See, now this is the flow of the entire agile process. We all learned about, like Gaurav was, very well, he has described or explained what is a product backlog, he went to extreme details and, ensure that you get the understanding. So this is how it happens. Whenever there is a release planning, we see that, okay, this is our product backlog. That means these are the work items we need to work on. And then from that, you move to right, you start with release planning, that when this release has to go or has to be implemented, and then what is the sprint backlog. Like for example, what are the available I would say features or requirements to be worked upon. Okay, so from that the important one, those are considered for this sprint. So then you have a sprint for say per say 1 to 4 weeks. It can be as small as 5 days. It can go to even around 20 days. 20 days. 20 days means 4 weeks.
आपको कौन से गजरे अच्छे लग रहे हैं तो आप मुझे वो बता दें please.
Guys, please, can you please go on mute? Some of you are not on mute and your voice is coming in the recording. Yes. Yeah. So this sprint will have your daily scrum, daily meetings, and then when this scrum is about to get over, you can have or before finishes, we have a review meeting with the customer, and when the stakeholders are invited depending on their availability. So we kind of showcase our work, that this was a task given and this is what we worked upon. So there is no I would say tension or there is no confusion about what is happened or what we could achieve. So everything is like displayed to the customer. And the last point is sprint retrospective. Now this is a very important event. So herein we sit back and as a team, as an individual, we try to understand what we did well, where we could achieve what we were expecting and where we have to still improve our performance or learn more things, so things like that. And the output or the result of this entire process is readily shippable product. That means whatever work we have done that results in some output that can be a part of a website or web application, mobile application, it can be anything, so that is ready to give the customer for the testing. Yes, makes sense? Does this small diagram gives you a better clarity? Yes or no?
Yes.
Only one person. Thank you for that, first of all.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes. See, it's very crisp. Then that is the beauty of it. You get everything that you have learned till now. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah, Gaurav, we can move to next slide. Yes. So whatever we just learned, we just said in the earlier picture, those things are here in detail. So ceremonies means events. I think we have already mentioned that in last session. So what ceremonies we have in Scrum and what is their significance and what actually happens in them, that is what is mentioned here. Yes. So first is sprint planning. Yeah. Can people read out the text on the screen, please? Different. Please go ahead with different people. Yeah. Yes. So starting with, I'm reading sprint planning. So what is the purpose? So I want different people to read the purpose, the next person to read the attendees, and next three people to read the tips and tricks. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Create the
Create
sprint
the sprint
backlog
backlog.
and identify the sprint goal that the entire Scrum team is committing to over the course of the sprint. The cover.
Okay. Okay. Next.
Attendees, the entire Scrum team.
Okay, right. Next.
Encourage the
Tips
team
and
to
tricks.
discuss and negotiate each item related to the sprint goal. Sketching can be helpful.
Okay.
Ensure the product backlog has been ordered and completed by the product owner before sprint planning begins.
Once the sprint goal is set, it can be broken by the product owner, but should remain relevant throughout the course of the sprint.
Yes. So basically, this is the first initial event wherein we have to plan that what we will take care, what will we doing. So it's basically like, I'll give you a very simple example. Sincerity wise, when we were in school, okay, I'm not even saying college, when we were in maybe middle school, high school, and we used and we knew that okay, exam timetable is on or it is declared the dates or whatever. What would be the first thing that you used to do?
Give our attendance.
Yes. So basically, what happens is we are planning for the next sprint, and then the purpose is mentioned that whatever backlog we have from that prioritized item will be taken, and then a sprint goal will be created. Okay. And we'll have to cater to that sprint goal. We have to commit that we complete that sprint goal. Sprint goal can be any functionality that we want to develop or we deliver. Okay. So attendees is entire Scrum team. Now this is a very important event. It's the start of the Scrum ceremony. So everybody, entire development team, Scrum Master, and even product owners are invited and they are generally present. And tips and tricks is sorry. See, basically, you have to, as a team, we have to discuss and ensure that whatever our sprint goal is, we are planning or working towards it. Sketching can be helpful means when we are coming up with ideas, sketching is one of the method that can help us to bring out more ideas, more solutions. Yes. Ensure the product backlog has been ordered. This is a very important thing. Ordered means whatever is of high priority, that has to be at the top, and whatever is of the low priority, it has to be at the bottom. That's as simple as that. So it has to be prioritized, and uh, and product owner should complete that before the sprint planning meeting. That means everything has to be ready. Everything has to be kept ready by the product owner before even we have that discussion. And the last point is, once the sprint goal is set, it can be broken by product owner, but should remain relevant throughout the course of the sprint. Yeah. So basically what happens if we have a larger functionality or bigger functionality, then we can break it down. Like we were having the example of it's a bank, online bank application. So if we want to achieve, creating RD, FD, whatever facility in that application, at least start with the login or checking transactions or downloading transaction report or storing your data and creating a saving account. So all these things should be done before the sprint actually starts, and that is why it is a part of sprint planning process. Yes. Yeah. Next point. Yeah.
I have a
Any
question.
doubts in this? Yeah. Go ahead.
I just want to ask,
Yeah.
you know how the third point under tips and tricks is ensure product backlog has been ordered and completed before the sprint planning. So how long will it take the product owner to do all that? Is there a time limit, or it can take as long as you want?
No, definitely not. See, first of all, it's a dynamic process. The product backlog is ever growing and ever changing. When I say ever growing means customer keeps coming up with the new changes or new functionalities, and it keeps updating. So the product owner's job is to keep it always updated and as per order. So for this specific phase or this specific event, the product owner has to update it before attending the meeting or before planning the meeting. So it's like when we are discussing, okay, then this sprint, what should be our sprint goal or what work we have to complete, we should know that we are working with the latest data from the customer. Make sense?
So ideally, it should be before each sprint. You
What,
know how there'll be
this
different
meeting, right?
after one increment has been delivered and that sprint has ended, then the next sprint begins. So before the next sprint, it should have ordered the product backlog again in preparation for the
Yes.
sprint. Okay.
Yes. See, there are enough customer discussions, and by the way, this even the order even can change in between also. It's not hard and fast. It will only change before the sprint. That's basically ideal scenario, but knowing customers, then their mood swings, their changes in preferences, market changes, or any other influencing factor, there can be change in order. Like per se, customer earlier wanted their website in blue theme, but now they are like, no, we want to go ahead with the yellow theme. So it can be anything and anything. It can be as small as or as simple as this, or as complicated as having a set sari with that neck on. It can be anything. The customer, as per customer's demand. So we have to be very vigilant about what customer is saying and when is saying. That's why, as per the product owner, he has to be on top of the product backlog always.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Gaurav, can we go to next slide, please? Yeah. So stand up is one of the very easiest and most used ceremony, daily scrum. Gaurav, give me a second. Gaurav, can you please take from here? I need to attend to Sham. Yeah? Gaurav, are you there? Hello? Gaurav, can you hear me? Hello, Gaurav, can you hear me? You are speaking on mute? Yes, you're on mute. Yeah, Gaurav, I think he's away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Prerna, you were
yeah.
calling on my name?
Yes, yes. Actually, there will be some disturbance from my end because I have Shan with me. So can you continue from here, please? Yeah,
Okay, okay. No, not a problem.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Wait.
So I just started daily Scrum and then I had to stop. Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem. After okay, not a problem. So I had to go on a call I had received in between. So after
Okay,
moving the
sorry,
slide, I had
sorry.
to go
Yeah.
away. No, not a problem. So
Okay.
yeah, guys. So we are talking about daily Scrum. I want someone to read up about the purpose. So can someone read the purpose?
Provide the Scrum team an opportunity to discuss progress, announce daily commitments, and identify impediments which should be cleared by the Scrum Master.
Yeah. So now, when we are talking about this ceremony, it has two names, Daily Scrum and Daily Stand-Up. Now it has evolved. So now it evolved with the COVID, because in COVID, no one is working together as in co-located physically at one place. People are geographically and remotely distributed at different location. Okay, so when we are talking about daily Scrum, daily stand-up, this is also now today is called as daily sync-up call. What it is called as, everyone?
Daily
Okay,
Scrum call.
call.
Yeah, so it's a daily sync up call as well. And the whole idea is that to talk about three things. How many things?
Three things.
Three things. And if you need to remember those three things, you can remember in this way. It will be more in rhythmic manner. I generally encourage you to remember that is next state, last state, bottleneck. Can you repeat this for
It,
me?
last state,
Yeah.
Last state, next state, and impediments.
No, not in this way. So I'm asking you to. You are right. Although I want you to repeat in this manner. Next state, last state, bottleneck, because it will be remembered forever. So could you repeat this in this manner? Next state, last state, bottleneck. Can you repeat?
next state, last state, bottleneck.
Next state, last state.
And bottleneck. Yes, you're right.
Or
So
is it
when we are
number 8? 8, number 8?
number 8, yes,
Okay.
number 8. And why do we say number 8? So any idea what exactly it would mean? Next state, last state, and bottleneck. So tell me about why we say next state and last state. Any idea?
No.
So you want to know what the team has worked on in the last
Mm-hmm.
8
Last
hours
one.
or so?
Usually,
Exactly, you are right.
Then, yeah.
Yes, you are right. Absolutely right. So, and when we say that last state, it means the to entire team, we want to know that the entire team what they worked upon in last 8 hours. So you are going to talk about last state. Okay. So that, of course, you are going to talk about in the daily stand-up meeting, and that will talk about how you have progressed so far. So that happened about the last state. When we are talking about next state, so what do we mean by next state?
what
Now,
you work on in
The
the
things that
next
we're going
8
to
hours.
discuss
Next 8
later.
hours.
yes. So what you are planning to do in the next 8 hours. Okay. So that will be about what you are going to commit. Okay. What you are committing now and announce that you are going to work upon. So two things we have talked so far. Last 8 hours, what we have worked upon. Next 8 hours, what we are going to work upon. All right. And then comes the bottleneck. What bottleneck you are experiencing, you are going to talk about that. That is what is identification of the impediments, which now Scrum Master will clarify. So next state, last state, anyways, in the daily stand-up meeting, you are going to talk about that. Excuse me, that you are going to work upon in this, and then impediments will be answered by the Scrum Master. So three things we talk about in the daily stand-up meeting. This is also known as daily sync-up call or daily Scrum meeting. Okay, that is the another ceremony. So three things. What are these three things? Can someone quickly remind me?
Next
What's
stage,
the
last
Next
stage,
state, last
bottleneck.
state, bottleneck.
Brilliant. That's amazing. So now who all will attend this? So I want someone to read this to tell me who all will attend this in the attendees column.
Scrum Master and
Scrum Master and
production team, product owner, and outside stakeholders are optional.
Yeah. So Scrum Master and production team will definitely do, dev team, but product owner and the outside stakeholders means customers will be optional. So who are mandatory then? Scrum Master and development team. With me so far, everyone? Got it?
Yes.
Yep. So
Yes.
now
Yes.
I want, yeah, someone wanted to say something. Any questions so far? No? Yeah. Let me continue. So I want someone to read the four tips and tricks, four different people, quickly, one bullet point for me on the last
Be
column.
sure the team
Mm-hmm.
Be sure the team can see each other. If you're remote, use a video conferencing tool.
Yeah. Now I have spoken that if it when it was COVID, it became the daily sync up call. Now what used to happen pre-COVID? Literally, people used to stand up, and the time used to be, the last one. Can someone read for me? Last
Do
point.
not
Do not
let
let
this
this
meeting
meeting
go
go longer
longer
than
than
15
15
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah. So the total time duration used to be 15 minutes or less than 15 minutes. And that's the reason Miss Daily Stand Up used to go for the standing up. Miss, you used to literally stand up when it used to be the physical meeting. Now no more physical meeting. So in the remote, you are advised to switch on your camera, okay, and then attend this meeting. So that will be considered as you are standing up. I mean, you are visible. Okay, standing up is means visible and respecting to the timeline. I want someone to read the second bullet point for me, please.
Don't
let this. Sorry, go ahead.
don't let this meeting turn into a verbal status report.
Yeah. Now, when we are focusing on last rate, next rate, and bottleneck, boom, and bang, and done. Okay. Why? Because we are laser focused over there. Okay. And we are not going to talk like, more in detail and it turned to be the status report. We have given the means, dedicated time of less than 15 minutes. And that's the reason sometime what generally I say to few that target for 10 minutes, even if it gets stretched, it goes for 15 minutes, but it doesn't go beyond that. So always target less to be on time. So this is how it is. So this is the fundamental to funda of or foundation of time management principle as well. Okay. So you can always target for the less to be on time. Okay. So that is the whole idea behind this. So that's the reason. Don't try to, and as a scrum master or future agilist, you can make a note of it. In the daily stand-up, we are not going to entertain this one as a status report, but only dart it, last it, next it, and bottleneck. But yeah, this is not exactly you're going to hear from in the industry. They will be telling, okay, tell me last 8 hour what you have done. They won't talk about in this abbreviated manner. This is for your understanding only. So I want someone to read the third bullet point over here, please. Go ahead.
Encourage team members to get together after the daily scrum to discuss any items that require additional conversation.
Yes. And the moment what exactly happens, because you are also pitching in about, impediments. Impediment may be some clarity required from the team member. Okay, so two team members required to discuss further. So after this daily stand-up call, these two people come to, these two people can come together and they can discuss further if at all required. So this was all about daily stand-up. So before we move further, let me go ahead to the next one, that is the sprint review. So what happened? The very first meeting you understood was which meeting it was?
Sprint planning.
Sprint planning.
Sprint planning. Once sprint planning meeting is done, daily this meeting has to happen. What is this meeting, everyone?
Daily Scrum.
Daily stand-up.
Yeah. So after you are having daily meeting, daily scrum, there will be one fine day where you will identify, okay, what I had taken as a target to complete in the sprint planning, that is almost getting over. Now what to do next? So the next meeting will be this. What it is written over here?
Sprint review.
Sprint review. So that will only happen when things will be implemented. And here we invite, this people. What you see here, where is my mouse?
Stakeholder, customers, and other developers.
Yeah. So who are important? Who are the new people over here in this meeting? A stakeholder and customers. So this entire sprint review goes for these two people. Entire Scrum team will be there, plus certain managers will be there. Okay. But stakeholder and customers are mandatory. So what exactly happened in this sprint review meeting? I want someone to read the second column. Second column, second row. Yeah.
Gather feedback.
Showcase the work completed over the course of the sprint, gather feedback from stakeholders to inspect and adapt the product.
Yeah. So the whole idea is inspect and adapt the product. And how it can be done? The stakeholder, the customer will customer will view this is exactly you have developed, you promised. So it will be you as a vendor will showcase. So who will showcase? Who has developed, who has tested, and who has clarified. It means BA, QA, and coders. These three people, these three people come together and they will showcase this is how it has been developed. Okay, customers see and then approves. Okay, this is exactly how we have aligned it. Okay, but sometimes what happens, not all these three team member entirely together talk, but wherever necessary, whoever is required, VS continue to pitch it. But who has certified it, generally they present it. So it's QA who generally certifies it. So they generally present it. Okay. But in some scenario, even BAs are required to present it. Attendees, we have spoken. I want someone to read the last three bullet point one by one. One person and second another person and third another person. If you have not read it, please go ahead with the first bullet point.
Ensure that any outside stakeholders know where they need to be when get the room prepped.
Yeah, the second one.
The production team should not feel like they are defending their work, prep to ensure they are able to shine.
And the last one, new person.
Capture actionable feedback as items in the backlog.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out, guys. So yeah, the whole idea is that you have demonstrated customer will give some feedback. This is how exactly we want it. However, this has come like this. Okay for now, but I want next, this is what customer is speaking. So I want next time when you will be developing in the next sprint, blah, 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 take care of these things and you will take some action item. It's just not a theory. Okay, and the entire team has to present like what all the milestone you have achieved. Okay, you have come so far because you have prepped the way to the way it was asked to do, and you have added the value. You have not just done the work for the done. Okay, and you are going to talk about uh, how far how you have achieved that, and it's about the matter of celebration. This is not just like, you are talking about, hey, this happened, that happened, and blah blah blah, and somehow we reached there. No, what all it took you to reach there as a winning person. You're talking about all those things because customer get to know what all it takes to be there. Okay, so they need to know the pain, the thinking and the effort you have taken, that you are going to present about that. So and always sometimes feedback comes in a way that this is what we didn't want in this way. So here you are not taking it that you need to defend your work. This is the creative work you have done, so you always take them as a feedback. With me so far, everyone, about sprint review, daily scrum, and sprint planning, these three meetings you are clear with? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. So what we will be doing in the next meeting or next tech day, we will be talking about another remaining two ceremonies. Okay. And we will go more in depth of it. But before that, I noticed someone here for the first time. So can someone tell me who is here attending for the first time? It's your day one.
It's my day
Anyone?
one.
Mine,
Bansi and who else?
Pooja.
Bansi and Pooja. So Bansi and Pooja, let's start with Bansi. Bansi, could you please quickly introduce yourself, from where you are connecting, your educational background, and your any work experience if you have at all, Bansi?
Hi, my name is Bansi Patel. I'm from Augusta, Georgia. I have completed my master's in data analytics, and I worked as in revenue management at a hotel in my locality that was Wingate by Wyndham.
Okay, and how long the tenure you had in your work experience?
I worked for a year and a half, and then I
Year and
was
a half.
looking for more into IT and business analysis.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bansi, for sharing this. So welcome to Guru Schools. Let's hear from Pooja. Pooja, could you
Thank you.
please quickly? Yeah. go ahead.
Yes, my name is Pooja. I'm from Boston. I've completed my master recently from Northeastern University, and I have worked as a financial analyst in India, but I don't have any IT background, so I am getting into it right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pooja, for sharing that. And guys, you have watched the last recordings which was shared, or did your HR share, or anyhow you got and watched them, Pooja and Bansi? Yes,
No,
no?
I did not watch it.
Okay.
I did not receive it.
Okay, not a problem. So I would request you to please go ahead and watch them. And now, everyone, it will be shared in the group. Now, everyone, it's time for your quick attendance. How do we conduct the attendance? So for that, you need to go ahead, come here. Uh, okay, let me do this again. Okay, you have to come here and you have to respond over here in this group that you can see. This is exactly in this group you all are here, and here you have to just tell it was your whatever day 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you feel like saying, as in whether you understood, don't understand, and anything, how it sounded to you. Okay, so it mean like, what do you feel like saying? That's my question to you. And you go ahead, talk about what are you feeling now about the session today, and we will read that. Personally, I will review them, and with the name, I will be taking a note of your presence over here. That will be your attendance. Okay, so go ahead, do that, and we'll talk to you again soon. And Pooja and Bansi, the recordings will be shared, and I would highly recommend you all to go through minimum the first recording. You should go ahead, all the recordings, 3 recordings were there in the past, but I would recommend you all to go through the first recording in case you have not attend, as if you are attending them live. That will be my request. Okay, all right, everyone.
Thank
If
you.
no question, we can wrap it up and go ahead. Let me read your comments into the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye, take care, and good night. We'll talk to you again. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.